think the maturity physically, you guys are all to the point where they thought you would get to?
I feel like this is the start of why us tight ends came here, and we're finally in position where we can take that next step and fill that role that the team needs.
When did Kyle start to take, I mean, how did that relationship kind of develop where he was taking you under his wing a little bit, your group this summer?
I mean, it started before he even saw the field. I mean, back when we had other guys in front of him, they would take all the wide receivers and Kyle would get stuck with the tight ends. So he'd lift with the tight ends and the O-line, and then he'd throw with us afterwards. So we've always had that connection with Kyle. It's just now we get to showcase it.
What was that like at the time? I mean, because at the time, of course, he was, I suppose, a scout team. You know, most fans didn't know who he was. You guys did. What was it? Were you impressed by him at the time?
I mean, we always knew about Kyle's work ethic and how great it always was. So whenever he got that call and he got the shot, I remember sending him a text before the Oklahoma game, like, "Hey man, I'm so proud of you. You know, you're gonna kill it, and I'm excited for your shot."
I know the expectation for you guys coming in is always develop as blockers the best you can, and then it's move up to, you know, earning the right or whatever to get the ball thrown. You got some your way. What do you think of the chances of not just you adding to your role in the pass game, but also guys like Charlie, Dylan?
I mean, we had a conversation today with all the tight ends. As far as like the depth chart and all that, what really determines who's starting is what play we're running first, because we all have different talents and different strengths and weaknesses. So we're just going to use all us 4 tight ends to the best of our abilities, and however that sorts itself out with the first play, we're just going to come together as a group and handle it.
Who's the best blocker in the group?
The best blocker? Well, it depends where you're blocking, but Dylan's a really good on-the-ball blocker.
How much did the tight end offense evolve in fall camp, figuring out who has the strengths and weaknesses? Because we saw a couple hours of practice and you guys were all over the place.
I mean, the only way that you can find these strengths and weaknesses is through reps. So we were thrown all over the place. They ask a lot of the tight ends to know everything. We get all the signal. We need to know everything that's going on in the field. So trial by fire was a lot of it, because, I mean, you look at last year, we weren't on the field at all during third down. We had a lot of other guys out there, wide receivers. So it's going to be our first exposure to playing those type of reps in the game this year. Was
there ever a day or a week where you looked at yourself in the mirror and thought you looked different, or was it gradual?
I mean, I still look at myself and say, man, my arms are really small compared to some of these guys out here. But that's what happens when you share a locker room with guys like Matt Leo. It was just gradual, but still, there's still work to be done.
It looked like, based on maybe what the media guy said and what Coach Campbell has been saying, you even put on weight still this summer and in camp, I guess. How was that challenging as you guys were kind of getting into football to still kind of be adding weight like that?
Once it gets into camp, it's really more of a maintained thing that you want to play at a weight during camp that you feel comfortable at, because you know you'll be playing at that weight during the season. So the strength staff does a great job working with us and keeping track of us and making sure we stay at that level.
What's your playing weight?
I'd say 240. That's a weight I feel really comfortable playing at.
Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah.